Good morning. Good morning, everyone. Good morning, virtual Facebookers and YouTubers. So happy that you chose to join us this morning. My wildest dreams would I ever think that I would be here today leading a yoga practice. I want to take a moment to honor those individual and unique journeys that all of those humans took on that day in 1969 to be here. All of those musicians, right? Their talents, their hard work, their determination. Yeah, the love and the passion of the music, of sharing their journeys, their words, to bring so many people together. And subsequently, more and more people keep coming together to share in the peace and the love and the music. Richie Havens, yes, did open musically the event, and he opened with, I think the first word out of his mouth was freedom. Sri Swami Satchidananda gave the opening address, a human who helped shape the modern world, the modern yoga world in the West, a spiritual teacher and founder of Integral Yoga International, which I've had the pleasure of doing some of my trainings with. His interfaith motto was the principle that truth is one, paths are many. He taught that the goal and birthright of all individuals is to realize the spiritual unity behind the diversity throughout creation and to live harmoniously as members of one universal family. In reading and rereading his opening address, these words stood out to me. Maybe close your eyes or softly gaze along the grass and invite these words into your heart. He said, "So let's all our actions and all our arts express yoga. Through that sacred art of music, let us find peace that will pervade all over the globe. Often we hear groups of people shouting, 'Fight for peace.' He says, I still don't understand how they are going to fight and then find peace. Therefore, let us not fight for peace, but let us find peace within ourselves first." Friends, we know everyone is not at peace. And why not? They feel stifled and oppressed. And there is a resort to a fight, right? A call to action, because there's a fight to be heard, to be seen, to be loved, to be nourished, to be respected, to be equal, to be loved. To be loved. Richie Havens, freedom. We want to cultivate that peace within ourselves. Yes. We also want to buoy each other up. Yes? Take each other in. Respect each other. Love each other. Honor each other. Birthright. Peace, love, music, freedom. Let's do some yoga. So finding a comfortable seat again. So Sukhasana is good. If you want to carry your legs out in front in staff pose, that's fine. Rooting the sit bones down and draw the spine up tall so the crown of the head is reaching and opening up towards the sky. The sit bones are rooting down, grounding down into this vibrational earth. A mindful meditation on connecting to the integration of peace and love and music that lives within you. I invite you here to take a moment to reflect on peace and love and music. What does that mean to you? And what are the many ways that you can share that with the people around you? Bringing the palms together at the heart center. Let's take an inhalation for Om. I invite you to join in or to listen. Inhalation. I invite you here to make a dedication to an individual, a group of people, or a higher power that has helped you on your path to be here today. And release the hands and flutter the eyes open. So a little Hatha, Vinyasa kind of blend. You do you. Take a break as you need to take a break. Turn it up if you need to turn it up. Absolutely. If you need to turn it down, turn it down. It's all good. I am here simply to facilitate the connection to yourself and to each other. Let's carry the legs forward into staff pose, activating the backs of the legs, the whole back line of the body, making small, gentle fists, bringing them behind the pelvis. Root the fists down into the ground, and let's lift the heart skyward, separating sternum from the collarbone, breathing in through the nose and out through the nose. Nice long breath. Floating the back ribs, wide and expansive. Continue to invite the breath in through the nose, filling up the vessel. Shoulders are down, armpits reaching down, expansive across the chest, front and back. From here, gently lean back, and then let's come forward to bring the legs into Badakanasana, into Cobbler Pose, yeah? Hands on the shins, inhale, lift the heart again, expansive across the chest, front, back, all the way around. Continue to draw the breath in through the nose, out through the nose, and feeling that expansiveness across the backs of the ribs. Bringing awareness into the hip creases. Can we find a little softening, a little separation in the lower belly and the tops of the legs so that the thighs gently open without being forced? And from here, bring the hands to the backs of the legs. We rock back and open the legs out into Badakanasana, yes? Continuing to open up the backs of the legs, engaging into the earth. Bringing those fists gently behind at the pelvis and lift the heart again, drawing the breath in through the nose. Breathing into the heart space, finding space between the collarbones and the sternum. Yes, continue to breathe into the back space, rooting the sit bones down. Feet are active, toes to the sky. Beautiful. And then rocking back, carry the backs of the thighs forward and push the legs out into staff pose again, bringing the fists behind and lifting up again. 3 breaths here. From here, release, lift the arms up skyward, and then rotating towards the right side. Yes, a gentle twist to open up. Looking towards that back shoulder. Inhale back through center, carrying that twist over to the other side. Again, looking towards the back shoulder. Inhale back through center, hands come down. Let's take the thighs, backs of the thighs. Draw the knees in, opening into Cobbler Pose. Sitting up tall, inhale, arms up. Let's go right into that twist, moving to the right. Looking towards that back shoulder. Shoulder blades drawing down, expansive in the backs of the ribs. Inhale back through center. Exhale over to the other side. Inhale back through center. Hands take the thighs, rock back a little bit, opening out into Badakanasana. Inhale, arm up. Yes, twisting over to the right. Inhale back through center and over to the other side. Inhale back through center, hands take the backs of the thighs. Let's bring the legs back into Cobbler's Pose. And then from here, sitting up tall, let's start to walk the fingertips forward, rooting the sit bones back and down. Yes, walking the hands forward, finding that connection in the mat into the earth, and then coming up onto the fingertips. So maybe we're tenting the hands a little bit, yes. And draw the armpits down the sides, yes, feeling that expansiveness across the backs of the ribs. carrying it around the sides and to the front body. 360-degree integration of breath here. Sit bones are rooting down, bringing awareness to the space between the hip bone and the bottom rib. Let's breathe into that space to continue to lengthen out through the spine. Walking the hands, sweeping them over towards the right or the left side, either or, and lengthening long, both sides of the ribs here. So I know we feel a little contraction on maybe the right side. Yes, let's try to lengthen it a little bit more. Yes, beautiful, beautiful. Walk the hands back through center and over to the other side. And then walking the hands back through center. Maybe the fingertips go a little more forward here. And then pressing the palms down, walking in as we lift the heart to come to sit up nice and tall. Let's bring the right leg in front of the left leg. Inhaling, arms up. And take hold of the elbows. And then over to one side. Take the eye line down towards the earth. Let's just check our range of motion here in the cervical spine. And then take the eye line up towards the sky. And then back through center. And then inhale as we come up and carry it over to the other side on the exhale. Taking the eye line down towards the earth. Taking the eye line up towards the sky. Back through center. And inhaling to come up. Release the arms. Let's open this up just a little bit more. Integrate. Fingers down into the mat. Yes, opposite arm up and all the way over. Long reach. Opposite sit bone. Reaching down, connecting to the earth. Again, let's take the eye line down. And then take the eye line skyward. And back through center. And up we come. Rooting fingertips down, other side. Arcing up and over. Eye line down towards the earth. Eye line up towards the sky. Back through center. Sweep the arm up and coming down. Bringing the hands behind. Let's bring the feet forward. And maybe we go wider than the hips. So we'll start to open up through the hips and let's get them going. Yeah? And then dropping the knees over to one side. Inhale the arms up. And twisting towards that front leg, looking towards the back shoulder. Come back through center. Place the hands behind. Switch the legs over to the other side. Come to sit up tall. Inhale up. And exhale, twist other side. Inhale back up, bringing the legs up, and now bring the legs together, and let's make our way over into what I like to call beast pose as opposed to table. Beast is a little more exciting to me than table. So anchoring the toes down into the mat. Let's take a moment just to continue to open up the back body, which means the bottoms of the feet and the toes. So swipe your toes. Yeah, into the mat, like a little mini massage. And then we can anchor the toes down and then find your palms about shoulder distance apart. Little gecko fingertips. Long neutral spine. Press the crown of the head forward. Tailbone lengthening long. We'll activate Mula Bandha and Uddiyana Bandha here. So engaging the core muscles, yes? Energetically. Sending the energy up, back, down, around. And off we go into cow. Nice and gentle, not forced. And then into cat. Back into cow. Into cat with pubic bone moving towards sternum. Really puffing up through the back body. So open up through the back of the heart here. And maybe there's a little bend in the elbows. And then from here, continue to open up the body, moving through the hips. So pull the hips back down and around towards the heels. Yeah? So this is a definitely you do you here. As you shift and move and take your time to open up even more through the ribs, through the hips. Changing direction as it makes sense for you. And then from here, come back up into beast pose. We'll get a little fired up here with a little strengthening. Get the tapas going here. Pressing down, lift the knees up just a little bit here in an active beast pose as we hover. Staying present with the breath. Gentle reminder here that breath is our anchor as we move through challenging times. Anybody know anything about that? Draw the navel in and up. Activate the base of the pelvic floor. Drawing the muscles towards midline, hugging the spine. And then when you are ready, push the hips back and up into a bendy down dog. And let's start to pedal out through the feet. Yeah. So if at any point you need to just press the pause button on the physical aspect, take a break, find a seated pose that works for you, and then join us when you're ready. Reaching the heels back and down. Yes. Push the earth away. Take the eye line, drishti, towards the navel, energetically towards the navel without it being forced. 3 breaths here. So let's work on some body waves here to continue to open up the front, side, and back body. Pulling the energy up from the earth. Come up onto the balls of the feet and really activate the arches of the feet so the hips are high. Yeah, carry the energy up through the legs and then begin to tuck the tail as you start to shift forward, rolling through the spine. A nice puffiness in the back body here as the heart moves towards the sky to lengthen out nice and long into your plank pose. And then let's roll back. So starting with the crown of the head, chin towards sternum. Puff up through the back and then roll through the spine to reach the heels back and down into downward facing dog. Let's wave again. Rise up onto the balls of the feet. Wave forward, yeah? Rolling up onto the beach. And back we go. And rising up. Waving forward. And pausing here. Again. Strength. Endurance. Pausing here in plank. Steadiness in the breath. When you are ready, coming down through Chaturanga to bring the whole front body down into the mat. And just rock the hips a little from side to side. Lengthening the arms out in front, lengthening the legs out behind you, nice and long. Forehead on the mat. On your next inhale, lift the heart, lifting the limbs, the arms and the legs to fully extend nice and long. And then just start to float, to hover here. Notice the quality of breath. And continue to lengthen. And then release down, pulling the hands back to the tops of the ribs. The legs are active, pressing down into the earth. Press down to lift up into Cobra. Taking a little look towards the right toes. And then towards the left. Back through center. Releasing down. Anchor the toes and push back into downward facing dog. And of course you can travel through child's pose to get back into that downward facing dog. And 3 waves forward from here, rising up, roll forward, and curl it back. Yes. Rise up, tuck the tail, rolling through the spine, beautiful, to forward, and pulling back. Third one, rise up, wave forward, nice and long, and pausing here. Take the right leg up. You can always bring a knee down, and release. Left leg up, and down. Coming down through Chaturanga. Belly down. Lengthen the limbs. Lift the heart, everything up. Reach the hands behind. Take hold of the feet or your pants. Something like that. Or reaching. Yes, intentions. This is what we're looking at here. Yeah, we want to deepen the idea of an intention. So lengthen, lengthen, lengthen. Lift the heart. Reaching for the feet. Press the feet into the hands. Or lift the toes higher towards the sky. And then release down. Bring the hands to the tops of the ribs. Yes. Anchor the toes. Come through child's pose or straight back into your downward facing dog. 3 waves forward. Rise up. Roll forward. And curl it back. Rise up. Roll forward. And curl it back. Rise up, roll forward. Pausing here, zipping the legs together, nice and strong. Roll to the outer edge of the right foot, but hold on. We can take the top leg for support here, yeah? We can also come down onto the side body and be here, okay? Make the necessary adjustments. Careful that we're not dumping into that shoulder. Yes, Vashisthasana. There it is. Yes. Meet yourselves where you are at. Beautiful. Beautiful. From there, let's take it back to plank. Take it back to plank. Open the legs up about hip distance. Through Chaturanga, the knees can come down. Come back. Let's push up into Cobra. Let's release down. Anchor the toes. Push back into downward facing dog. Wave forward. Curl back. Wave forward. Curl back. Wave forward. Pausing here, zip the legs together, and either coming all the way down to turn on your side or turning right over onto that left edge. And here we go. Vashisthasana. Remembering you can take the top leg and place it down for support. Come back into your plank. Take the feet about hip distance apart and push back into downward facing dog. Walk the feet forward. Walking the feet forward. Bend the knees. So here we'll take the feet maybe about hip distance apart, yeah? Take your hands and make little fists and bring them into the lower belly or into the hip crease. Yeah? It's very low. A gentle, low abdominal massage here. Just notice tightness or softness here. A little micro bend in the knees. And then lift up, pull the ribs forward, and drape down over those fists to bring the heart closer to the thighs. Release the hands down and take hold of the elbows. Soft in the neck. Little nod, yes. And a little side to side. How's the breath? Where's the breath? Where is it resonating in the body? Is it full? Is it complete? Does it nourish you? Release the hands down, come up onto the fingertips. Legs can be extended or bent here, lifting the heart. And then from here, walk the feet together. Sweep the fingertips along the ground. Sit back nice and deep when we come into Utkatasana, yeah? You can take the eye line up if you wish. If it's a little bright, keep the eye line forward. I'm going to move. Don't you move. Na. Legs together. Maybe the big toe mounds come together and the heels, maybe they come a little apart. Yeah? And so now, sit back a little bit more. No, never, keep the arms up. Yeah. Draw the arms back up. This is easy peasy. How lucky are we to be here today? All we have to do is Utkatasana. Come on. Lift the heart. Come all the way up. Palms together to the heart. Close the eyes. Softly gaze along the grass. If that's better for you. We should always have a choice. Yeah? So what would be your soundtrack? I see smiles. From Woodstock. Not Beyonce, not right now. Just take a moment and think about what artist buoys you up right now in this moment. Imagine. Surya Namaskara A, Sun Salutation A. Root down, lengthen through the spine. Inhale, arms up. Let's take that swan dive forward, hips back, heart down, yeah. Inhale, lift that heart. Peace, love, and music. Plant the hands and step them back into that strong plank pose, yeah? You can bring the knees down here, remember that. Coming down through Chaturanga, upward facing dog, strong legs. Downward facing dog, up and back. Take that drishti towards the navel, energetically speaking. If it's a little rich on the neck, You can take the eye line between the thighs. Let's take 3 breaths here. Carry the right leg up into 3-legged dog. Yes? And then carry that right knee forward. Puff up through the back body. Puff up through the back body. Pausing here. Press the hands down. Puff up through the back body. Yeah? Navel in and up. And then let's carry that leg back and up into 3-legged dog. Let's take that 2 more times. Lift behind the thigh. Puff the back body up. And send that leg back up into 3-legged dog. Exhale, 3rd time. Come forward. And now plant that foot down. Turn the back foot out slightly. Root down to lift up into Warrior One. Warrior One. Square off the ribs just a little maybe. Warrior One into Warrior Two. Shoulder blades dropping down. Knit the ribs together a little bit so we're not giving it all away. Flip that front palm skyward. Yes, and off you go. Off you go. Sweep the arms up, over, down, turn the back foot in, draw the right foot back, through Chaturanga, through upward facing dog, downward facing dog, left leg, 3-legged dog, carry it forward, knee towards nose, puff up through the back body, hollow out that lower body, yes, you can, yes, excellent adjustment modification. Send that leg back up. Long lines. Carry that knee forward. Send that leg back up. Carry the knee forward. Pausing here. Breathing into the back space. And then plant the left foot down. Turn the right foot out. Anchor it down. And reaching up. Warrior One. Long and strong here. And the arms can be open. You can bring them together. Your choice. Into Warrior Two. And maybe we go a little longer, a little deeper. Flip the front palm. And let's carry it over. Sweeping the arms up, up and over and down. Turn the back foot in. Draw that left foot back through Chaturanga. Upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. And let's take 3 breaths here. Looking front and center. Walk or lunge forward. It's up to you. So you can take a little walk to come to front and center. Lunge it. Some of you may want to hop it. Inhale halfway up. Exhale down. And inhale to come all the way up. Bringing the palms together. And let's take a little hop out to the side. So we're nice and wide into Prasarita Paratanasana, yeah? Why don't we all face our lovely production crew? John and Jim, right? Yay, I remembered. Good for me. 50. Interesting age. Okay. I know some of you know what I'm talking about. Okay. Hands on the waist. Let's lift the heart. Shoot the hips back. And don't get me wrong, I am loving it. Heart forward, coming down, palms down. Maybe bending the knees here if that makes sense for you. Finding center. Finding center. Release the crown of the head. So we're heavy. Energetically connecting crown of the head to the earth. What's your soundtrack? Inhale, lift the body halfway up-ish. Walk the fingertips forward. So it's a nice forward. So we're coming straight out. Nice long body. Yeah, long body. Draw the energy up through the arches of the feet. So we want to find equanimity. Yes, equanimity in life. Equanimity in our practice. Sweeping walk over to the right side with long bodies. Lengthening out. Sweeping walk through center, over to the left side. Long bodies. Again, equanimity on both sides of the ribs, yeah. Walking the hands back through center. A nice long reach. Maybe the fingertips go a little bit further. And then press the palms down. Walk them back. And then heel toe it back. So we'll bring the legs so that they're nice and close together. We'll take a nice deep bend here. I say nice. I shouldn't qualify it like that. Maybe it's not so nice. Okay, legs together. A bend here. Take the left hand to the outside of the right foot. Yeah, little twisting towards the right side, and then release the right hand towards the sky. Or you can take the hand to the sacrum. Your choice. And then release, and let's take it over to the other side. Yes. Deep twist from pubic bone all the way up. A little wringing out of the organs. And then coming down, back to center. All right, peel the toes up, fan them out, release them down. Take a little peek to see if the knees are behind the toes. Sit the seat back just a little bit more. She's going to do it again. Sweep, sweep the fingertips up. Yes. Press the thighs together. Lift the heart. Notice quality of breath. Come up tall. Bring the palms together. Sun salutation, here we go. Sweep it up. Swan dive it forward. Lift the heart halfway up-ish. Coming back long and strong into that plank. And through Chaturanga. Into upward facing dog or cobra. Downward facing dog. Pausing here for 3 breaths. Integration of alignment, of breath, of intentions. Rising up onto the balls of the feet. Let's take our last 3 waves forward, rolling through the spine nice and long. And roll it back. Rising up, wave it through, and take it back. Rising up, rolling through a long open spine. And then from here, release the knees, tops of the feet, and come back into child's pose. Into child's pose, yeah. Some of you may wish to take a little Anjali Mudra. If you want to take this and be a little more restorative here, you can take the arms along either side of the body and the palms facing skyward. Yes, exactly. Maybe the legs come a little wider, and maybe we soften, let go the heart a little more to the earth. The back body is nice and open here. Let's breathe into the front body. Let's breathe into that heart space. Let's breathe into heart's desire. Every human being has one. Every human being is deserving of one. Opening the heart means inviting in kindness and compassion. I've had many teachers in my life, as I'm sure I know you all have. This morning, I want to share with you words from one of my teachers that I love to read. I love to read her work. And I love to listen to her podcasts and attend her lectures and workshops. Ooh, she's windy. Well, the wind has blown the page away from me, so I will search for this. Staying present in child's pose. Here we go. Let's reflect upon these words by Sharon Salzberg from her book, Real Love, The Art of Mindful Connection. She's brilliant. Kindness is not a fixed trait that we either have or lack, but more like a muscle that can be developed and strengthened. We exercise kindness in any moment when we recognize our shared humanity. With all the hopes, dreams, joys, disappointments, vulnerabilities, and suffering that implies. Such simple but profound awareness levels the playing field. We are all humans doing the best we can. We must take responsibility for our actions and reactions, as well as for defensive strategies such as withdrawing, keeping secrets, or blaming someone else for our suffering. Accountability and taking responsibility. Peace, love, and music. You've got to find the music within, right? What's the soundtrack that's carrying you through your life? And how are you sharing that music? So much power and light that lives within each and every one of us, and we need to let it shine and share it. All right, let's make our way up out of child's pose. Let's bring the hips down, swing the legs around. I'm going to face you guys. Let's come back to active legs, bringing the fists behind at the pelvis to lift and open. Rodney Yee, another one of my teachers, he and Colleen like to do this along with the opening practice that we did with Cobbler's Pose and Badakanasana. And they repeat it and they repeat it and they repeat it. And by the end of it, your hips are so open. It's good. So track them down. Find them online. They are awesome. All right, lift the heart. Let's take 3 breaths here with eyes closed or softly gazing at the toes. Just for a moment, bringing awareness to the skull, to the back of the skull. There's a softness in the face, a softness in the jaw, softness in the skull. So imagine your head were like one of those bobbleheads. I'm going to assume everybody knows what I'm talking about. Very subtly, though. So it's not as dramatic as when you pick it up and shake it. Just a soft, the idea of a bobblehead. So the head is like floating on the spine. You know, this practice you can take into when you're, driving or sitting at your desk. Yeah, just the softening and opening up through the back of the skull here to take away that tension that we are also good at holding. Okay, rock back. Let's bring the feet, bottoms of the feet together into our cobbler's pose. Take an inhale here, exhale, and let's surrender and give over to this beautiful practice, this beautiful day, this beautiful setting. Inhale to come up tall. Exhale, release. Inhale to come up tall. And exhale, release. Coming up tall, draw the legs together, and let's lay long on our mats. I think if I lay long, I'm going to roll down into you guys, which isn't very COVID friendly. Okay, laying down. Here's the thing though. Yes, Richard Rosen, awesome. Another one of my teachers. Come back up onto your forearms. I love this. Bottoms of the feet together. So we're going to be careful that we're not dumping and sinking and losing everything we just worked on with the full integration here. Press the forearms down. The palms are fairly active, fingertips down. Draw the right knee into the chest. Yeah, open up the bottom of the foot. Push the heel forward, release it down, and then soften. Yeah. Draw the left knee in, press it forward, push through the heel, release down, and soften. And then with your hands, bring them to the sacrum and then push the skin, tailbone long to open up the lower lumbar a little bit more. And then maybe the legs kind of flop in a little bit so we can get wideness across the back of the sacrum. And then the arms are a little away from the sides, so we're not gluing our hands to the side body. Maybe let them out. Maybe feel the grass. Yeah, if that feels okay for you. Bringing awareness to the breath. Breath is your anchor. Breath is home. Have breath will travel. Coming back round to peace, love, and music. Imagine. That's a beautiful song right there. Imagine being here in 1969, and maybe someone or a couple people were here, and I'd love to talk to you after that's the case. Let the weight of your body sink into the earth. Present with Woodstock. present with humanity. Bring the awareness back to the breath. And see if you can notice the space between the inhale and the exhale, and the exhale and the inhale. Space where we have choice, where we can choose how to respond instead of react. What a gift. Breathing energy into the toes. Let's wake up the toes. Breathing into the ankles. Let's wake up the ankles. Waking up the fingertips and the wrists. And we can draw the knees in. Let's turn the head from side to side. You can draw the knees in also and rock from side to side. If you want to carry the knees over to one side into a little gentle twist here, go for it. It can be active or passive. If you want to take happy baby, let's go there. Yeah. And then when you're ready, keeping the head connected to the earth, let's bring the body over into the fetal position. The right side being more active, the left more passive. So whatever. Pausing here for gratitude. Gratitude that we have all been given this opportunity, both on site and for our virtual gang of yogis to be able to practice together. When you're ready, push yourselves up into a comfortable seated pose. invite you here to join me in a mindful dedication. So palms together at the heart or palm over palm at the heart. Again, you do you, I do me. And if it works for you, we can do call and response. Yeah? So I invite you to join in or to listen. Call and response would be cool. Groovy. And take an inhale and an exhale, please. May I be happy. May I be healthy. And may I be at peace. May all beings be happy. May all beings be healthy. And may all beings be at peace. The power, the light, and the love, and the music that lives within me honors the power, the light, the love, and the music that lives within all of you and all of my new virtual friends. And namaste. Thank you. Happy Sunday. Thank you. Thanks. If you still want to hang out and play, if some of you wanted to do some inversions, we're at different levels and so on here. Stay and play. Soak it up. I think I'm not sure what else is going on here today exactly, but check in with the organizers and just walk the grounds. Thank you.
Good morning from Bethel. We want to thank everybody for being here today. Thank you to Susan Mendoza of the Hive. As you know, the pavilion season has canceled, so your purchase of tickets today for yoga help to offset our education programs. Please join us anytime. Our campus is open now from 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. We have a beautiful Earth in Focus photography exhibition on the grounds. We do ask that you come prepared with a mask. And we did want to just thank you all for being here and sharing your morning with us. And to Susan Mendoza of the Hive, thank you for sharing this wonderful practice with us on the historic field at Bethel Woods. And enjoy your day, everybody. Enjoy your day online, everybody.